Previously on NYPD Blue.
Nicholas, tell my partner here what you just told me.
You got some information for us, Nicholas?
I already said it. It's already out there already.
Like you too, right, buddy?
You're making a mistake, Mauricio.
No, it's Nicholas making the mistake.
Oh, you're awful cocky for someone looking at a murder rap.
You're one of the good people.
You are too, Nicholas. Just hang in there best you can.
I'm glad you were able to be here. And I'm glad that you moved back into the city.
Stop for gas almost killed some non-English speaking refugee. Had the balls to raise the price another nickel a gallon while I'm standing on the pump.
So how'd it go last night?
What, with Cynthia? It was good.
So you're gonna see her again?
Actually, we're talking about tonight.
What was happening? DOA in the alley. Day manager saw him. Plus some waitress worked a double shift, maybe seen something.
Where's she?
Where's the body?
Go in the alley.
Hey, look at all the garbage in this alley. Wait, is that... Hey, excuse me. You see who this is?
Yeah, it's your homeless guy.
It's Nicholas. Wait, how'd he get here when he's supposed to be in a cell at the station house?
So I see the bum out front. Try and wave him off so Len don't flip out.
After Len, 86th.
Len's in back opening boxes, comes out, finds him telling the customers, don't eat the meat because it's still got feelings.
Len doesn't like that.
No, Len grabs him by the neck, takes him around the corner. Now, I know he still had the box cutter, but I don't know if he'd kill anyone.
I left specific word at the desk. Make sure this Nicholas sleeps in a cell.
All right, before you jumped on anybody's throat, maybe it was Nicholas's idea later.
Hey, the waitress over here says the DOA used the payphone out front, then had a beef with the owner who might have stabbed him with a box cutter.
Hey, listen, as soon as crime scene's finished up, make sure and get Nicholas' shopping cart up to our station house. Hey, Sarge, last night I arranged for Nicholas Gilbert to stay in one of the cells.
Yeah, I chased him. Narcotics made a sweep, and I had 2 female prisoners I needed to sell.
Yeah, I left a very specific request.
What? To let a bum sleep it off in there? What do you think this is, Mayberry RFD? What was the name of that town drunk?
Otis.
Oh, yeah, Otis. Maybe I could leave the keys by the door next time so your buddies can let themselves in and out.
Hey, there's a roster upstairs. Maybe you could have called me at home and let me come take care of it.
It was 1 a.m. I figured I'd let you sleep. But I tell you what, next time I will. I'll definitely wake your ass up and give you an earful.
Hey, the guy you booted, he got killed a couple hours later.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm still here waiting for the duty captain so he can make out a 49. This is exactly the way I wanted to spend my morning.
Yeah, the guy who killed him is most likely the guy I was trying to protect Nicholas from by keeping him safe in here.
Then you should have made him a material witness and had him lodged somewhere. Now, this conversation is over.
I had him here for a reason, and if you would have got off your ass and called me, he'd still be alive.
What's the problem?
You need to hold your baby-faced partner here upstairs.
Yeah, don't add fuel to the fire or anything, Mahoney.
Yeah, you have me now to the list of people in here that think you're an asshole.
Get him the hell out of here, Siblings, before I lose my temper.
Come on, what the hell's wrong with you?
Guys?
I talked to this lawyer, Bill Stedding. He's got Nicholas's dad coming in.
What the hell went on downstairs?
You mean with Mahoney?
He's a boss. He makes a call, you could wind up back in the bag.
Mahoney screwed up.
Last night, I leave Nicholas in a cell for safekeeping. Mahoney chases him, and Nicholas winds up dead.
Well, you bought yourself a problem.
Boss, don't make me go down there and apologize.
Let me talk to Mahoney. So where are we on Nicholas?
Yesterday, he gives up Diego and Mauricio for whacking his jefe. Being Mauricio spent the night in the system leaves Diego as a candidate.
Well, Meadowboy and Jones are bringing Mauricio back from Rikers. Maybe let them go fresh at him on locating Diego.
Sure. There's also the owner of the diner. There's Leonard Pluto. The waitress sees him and Nicholas go at it out in front, and Pluto's holding a box cutter.
Where's Pluto now?
Gone to Atlantic City. The waitress gave us his pager, but he hasn't called back yet.
She also saw Nicholas on a payphone, so we got a phone dump coming.
Okay. Let me go try and clean it up with Mahoney.
Listen to this one. Dear Nicholas, I'm writing to ask you one more time to let me help. You know I would give my own life if that would make you okay. If you won't call me, please call Bill Stedding. His number's on the card. Love, Dad.
Put him someplace better. Maybe his dad gets to see him other than at the morgue.
Found the box cutter in the kitchen stuck behind some cans.
See any blood on it?
Nothing visible. Crime scene sent it to the lab.
I'm gonna go check the stop and frisks and see if anything jumps out.
Okay.
I should bring that little hothead up on insubordination is what I should do.
He feels responsible for this homeless guy's death.
I needed the cell. Plain and simple. I didn't toss that bum for no good reason.
No one's saying you did.
Sorensen is.
He's come down off that. Like I said, he's feeling guilty for what happened. Plus, he's been going through some personal issues.
Yeah? Well, boo-hoo-hoo. It must be a rough transition going from banging Franco up in anti-crime over to banging Russell. People got eyes around here.
Did I come down to talk about that?
Did I need to have Sorensen call me an asshole in front of this old station house? Screw him. Nice 5-day rip might do him good.
A couple of years ago, I came down looking for a voucher. Now, I recall finding a couple of flutes in your desk drawer. Did I bust you for it? Or did I pour it down the sink and leave it at that? Other than reminding you it wasn't 1965 anymore. So why don't we keep this one in the family, too?
That booze. Later, I came to you. And like a man, I gave an apology.
You can expect one from Sorensen.
Check out Mauricio, all buffed up.
Got himself a shave, a haircut, good meal in him with all those essential vitamins and minerals.
Gotta make prison work for you. That's what I keep telling those fools, wasting their time reading law books in the library. Let it go, man. You got everything you need in there. Except women. There's ways around that.
So you could do the time.
I can do whatever, man. So what are we doing today?
Today's gonna consist of you telling us where to find Diego and us going to pick him up.
And if I don't, what you gonna do? Throw me back in jail?
We're gonna throw you back on the street.
Let's do it.
Right after we put our word, you're a rat.
That's why you're getting kicked. You gave us Diego.
Nicholas gave you Diego.
Nicholas is crazy. Everybody knows that. Who'd believe him?
And after we get word out to our stools, we're gonna come pick you up right in front of all your friends. And you're gonna put up a fuss, just like we planned.
Then we're gonna drive you around for an hour, stuff a couple of 20s in your pocket, and dump you back off where we got you.
Same drill every day. And afterwards, we're gonna have other detectives come by and grab up everybody but you. And they'll tell them they're looking for a guy named Diego that our little friend Mauricio told us about. We're gonna turn you into a rat who's got a side deal with the cops, Mauricio. And you'll get very unpopular very quickly. Believe me.
Or you give us Diego. His full name and where he is. He gets rung up for killing Jefe, goes upstate, and you'll never see him again. And you're back on the street, my brother. The wind beneath your wings.
Yeah. All right.
John Gilbert. I'm looking for Detective Sipowicz. I'm here about my son.
Mr. Gilbert, I'm Danny Sorensen. My partner, Andy Sipowicz.
How you do? My daughter, Ellen Scott. It's her husband, Ross.
How about we talking here?
Is that Nicky's?
Yeah, that's his card.
Come on.
Mahoney will drop it, but he wants an apology.
As soon as I can get to it.
Make it good.
Get you some coffee?
Well, thanks. I'm on medication.
My father has cancer, but he's gonna beat it.
We're sorry about your son.
Who would do such a thing? Why would anybody kill Nicky?
He got stabbed in an alley. We're looking at a couple of leads.
This is so awful. You should have known him before all this. You wouldn't have hurt a fly.
When was the last time you talked to your brother?
About 6 months ago, he was living behind an abandoned building, but he moved since then. He moved a lot.
Last he was staying under a bridge.
We tried to find him for Christmas, bring him home for dinner to our place out in Short Hills.
Would have meant so much to my dad.
Is that the last time you talked to him, Russ?
Yeah, same as Ellie. I never got to know him, really. Nick was already pretty far gone when Ellen and I started going out, so...
What happened to him? You don't mind my asking?
Freshman year at Brown, he stopped going to class. Got paranoid, started mumbling to himself, wearing heavy woolen gloves and a hooded sweatshirt, even when it was hot, and sunglasses, day and night sunglasses. We thought it was a phase. We thought it was adolescent disaffection. Oh, it was so hard on my wife.
Yeah, I bet.
You don't know what it's like to lose a son.
I lost mine when he was 24.
I'm sorry, Detective. I don't mean to imply that I had a monopoly on grief.
No. Sometimes it feels like that.
Worst thing was, he didn't have to die like that, die like a dog. He could have used some of his money and at least have been comfortable.
But Nicholas had money?
When my wife died, she left enough for Ellie and Nicky to set them up for life. I begged him. I said, get a place, live in, help. I guess he had to be out there. I'm not feeling well. I have to go now. I'm gonna die soon, Detective. Get who killed my son.
We'll let you know when we find something.
If anything comes up, we'll be in town at my dad's.
How about that? Kid could have lived on Park Avenue. He sleeps under a bridge.
I got Leonard Pluto coming in. He called from the road halfway to Atlantic City. I told him there was a problem at his diner.
Anything on the box cutter?
Still waiting on the lab.
Just came off the fax. That dump from that payphone Nicholas used shows a 7-minute call to Short Hills, New Jersey at 2:30 a.m.
Number being the home of Nicholas's sister Ellen and her husband Ross.
Means someone must have talked to him.
It also means someone's lying when they said they hadn't spoke to him in 6 months.
Let's get the sister and her husband back in. You talked to Mahoney?
Haven't had a chance yet.
When will you get a chance?
Might sound better coming out of my mouth once I calm down.
Yeah, okay. Make it soon.
Little hanky-panky going on with a couple of our co-workers, I guess, huh, D? Although, what I gather, I guess it's over with.
Well, I'm staying out of it.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Their business, right?
It ain't mine. That's all I know.
Yeah. Lesson to be learned there, I'll tell you that much. I had to tell that ADA Hayward to quit hassling me for a date already.
You're a piece of work.
Why don't you ask her out?
What?
Both single?
Both black?
Don't give me that. Come on. Have you thought about it?
I think about a lot of things, Greg.
So you have?
Don't.
Why?
Don't.
Okay.
All right, this is him.
Yeah. How's it going, Diego?
I'm not Diego.
Hey, don't get bashful on us now.
I've been called Diego.
Get your hands out of your pockets.
Is that a crime now?
Easy, you may never find out.
You're gonna be disappointed, officer. I don't want to get your hopes up.
Hey, another one with a mouth.
I got a tongue, too. You touch my nose with it, watch.
Still gonna be able to pluck cans out of a dumpster with a broken arm? We appreciate you coming back. It's a short notice.
It's
Does that mean you have some idea who killed Nikki?
We're working on it. In the meantime, we have a few questions for you.
Fire away.
Last night, before your brother got killed, you made a call on a payphone to your home number in Jersey. How come you didn't tell us about that?
Nikki called our house? There was no message on the answering machine, not even a hang-up.
Well, the call lasted 7 minutes. That means that he had to talk to somebody, or at least somebody had to answer the phone and stay on the line, even if all they heard was him breathing hard.
I'm sorry, there's just no way that Nikki called our house last night. There has to be some mistake.
No, it's not a mistake.
You talked to him?
You were sleeping, and he sounded upset.
You say what he was upset about?
Well, he didn't exactly make himself clear, you know. Paranoid non sequiturs about alien birds, poison food, some guys he was afraid of. Heffy, some other Latino name. I said to him, please, now I got you on the phone, please, let me come and get you. But he wouldn't say where he was. Or if he was trying to tell me, then I couldn't figure it out. But I didn't have a clue that he was really in trouble.
So how come you decided not to mention this before?
When he turned up dead, I didn't have the guts to tell my wife or her dad.
It wasn't you who made Nikki crazy or put him out on the street. It was just a matter of time before something like this happened.
I wish I would have gotten him.
If something else comes up, you'll be at your dad's apartment?
Working out funeral arrangements.
Thank you.
They have an explanation on the phone call?
Son-in-law owns up he's the one to talk to Nicholas. He says he don't want to admit it since Nicholas wound up DOA. He'd look bad to the family.
What'd the wife say?
Well, it seems like she didn't know before she heard it here.
Can't hurt we check them both. Run their cars, run them through BCI.
You think you've calmed down enough?
Could be.
Well, let's just say you have. Go make it up with Mahoney.
Yeah, let me go do that.
What they say about eating crow, Danny? Goes down best with a smile.
You sure that's Crow we're talking about?
Yeah, isn't that the phrase? Crow eating grin?
I'm looking for Detective Russell. Next floor up.
Hey, Sarge, you got a minute?
Yeah, I got a minute.
Can we talk somewhere?
No, right here is fine.
I was out of line earlier.
You're damn right you were.
And I'm here to apologize.
Yeah? Well, look at me then. You gotta have your eyes checked.
No, I see him.
I didn't know that guy was in danger for his life. You didn't put that in your note.
Sergeant Clancy, who was working the 4 to 12, I told him the deal. And it was my understanding he was going to relay that to the sergeant working 12 to 8. I figured that, with my note, would cover it.
I was pretty busy in here last night, and I guess I didn't hear all the particulars from Sergeant Clancy.
I guess not. Either way, this falls on me.
This don't fall on nobody. What happen's what happened.
Sorry to cut short your trip to Atlantic City.
I probably would have lost my shirts anyway. Hey, I'm not being sued here, am I?
No, that's not what this is about.
You know Nicholas Gilbert?
No.
Homeless guy, white, 30s, hangs out in front of your diner on occasion, shopping cart full of electronics.
Oh, yeah. Wacko Joe. That's what I call him.
You had a run-in with him last night?
I have a run-in with him every night he comes by. Parks out front, jawing to my customers about how meat is murder or some crap.
Last night, get a little heated?
Well, Wacko Joe's pressing charges. How about all the times I called the cops, huh? Asking to remove this bum from in front of my establishment. Where were you guys then? But no, I get it. Definitely side with some crazy stinking bum and ignore the tax-paying small business owner.
All right, let's get back to last night. Did it get a little heated?
Yeah, I got pissed off him driving off a four-top before they even walked to my door.
You take him out to the alley beside your diner?
Yeah, and I smacked him around. I wanted him to get the message.
He got it.
Good, because you know what? I don't regret it either. Enough already.
You bring your box cutter out with you when you smacked him around?
Maybe, I can't remember.
You don't remember bringing your box cutter out with you, but you remember cutting Nicholas, Wacko Joe to you?
Cutting him? No, is that what he's saying? Then he's lying. Maybe I nicked him with something, but I didn't cut him. Then I left him there and I went back to work.
Nicholas was found stabbed and killed in the alley where you left him.
I did not kill that guy. Well, why would I throw my life away on him?
You got pissed off, blood pumping, you lost it. We can understand that, but don't say you don't remember doing it.
I get pissed off plenty, but I've never lost it. I owned an Irish pub for 8 years. Believe me, if I was ever going to lose it with a customer, I had 1,000 chances back then. That bum was still standing when I left him. I did not kill him. This is your problem. We got witnesses who saw you strangling Hefe under that bridge yesterday morning.
You guys should paint this room yellow or something. It's depressing.
So what you're doing, Diego, other than entertaining us here and me holding my sides because you're so damn funny, is you're making us go with the version our witnesses are giving us. And that's plenty to put you away.
You got a chance to help yourself here. Tell your version of what happened with Hefe. Maybe you were provoked.
What you fine gentlemen don't understand is I know exactly what's going on. I know who said what, and I know when they said it. Nicholas, Mauricio. How does Diego know that? Because Diego can see for miles, and what I see is a whole lot of nothing. So if it makes you boys happy, go ahead and take out your bag of tricks and perform for me. I won't be offended.
You mind if I take a crack?
No, it's your guy's case.
We better get Andy.
Look at me, Diego. You're gonna cop to killing Hefe.
You're a very unhappy person. Here we go.
Did you strangle Hefe under the bridge yesterday?
First, we gotta talk about this unhappiness that's eating away at you.
Andy!
We got all day. Did you kill Hefe?
We argued, then we fought. Maybe I fought too hard.
Then you killed Nicholas last night to shut him up, right?
No. Nicholas means nothing to me. What could he babble or do that would be a threat? I did Heffy, but I didn't do Nicholas. And hitting me more isn't going to make me lie and say I did.
To DOA's, apartment East 13th. You're up.
Yeah, I talked with that diner owner, Leonard Pluto. Admits smacking Nicholas around, but swears he didn't kill him. We're waiting on the ME to say if the wounds are consistent with Pluto's box cutter.
All right, hold off going to the DA till we hear from the ME.
You want me and Greg to go with Diane, boss?
What else you doing?
Well, Andy and Danny took over on Diego, so we're more or less free.
So I guess you answered your own question.
That mean we should go?
Come on, Greg.
You could have just said yes.
I'd go with Diego.
I got a statement here. He gave it up on Hefe.
What about Nicholas?
Says he didn't kill Nicholas. We got son-in-law coming back in.
So I'm assuming everything's clear with you and Mahoney.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, John, any chance you could look after Theo again tonight?
You've got another engagement?
As a matter of fact.
Is this the same woman? If you don't mind my asking.
It's the same. Can you do it or not?
Sure. No, I'll get some new puzzles.
I say 7 o'clock.
With bells on.
Mr. Gilbert, how you doing?
Anything about Nicky?
Nothing solid yet.
Have you got a minute to talk about something unrelated?
Yeah, sure. Come on.
There you go.
I need your help. Didn't know where else to go.
Well, that's okay, Mr. Gilbert. What's on your mind?
My wife died 5 years ago. My poor dear boy is stabbed to death in an alley. My daughter's married to a degenerate gambler, substance abuser.
What is it you want us to do, Mr. Gilbert?
You see, the kids' trust gives them their money when they hit 30, like Ellie just did. The last 2 years, she and Ross have borrowed so much against it, there's just $500,000 left of the original $3 million. Now, with Nicky gone, his part goes to her, so she and Ross will piss that away, too.
Why don't you change the will?
It's my wife's will, Detective. The trusts are inviolable. I'm the executor, but anytime I try to put my foot down, Ellie stops talking to me. So I was thinking, maybe you could arrest him.
Arrest Ross in regards to this drug use?
No. I was thinking maybe you could arrest his bookie, Bogo.
Bogo?
Last year, so Ross didn't get his legs broken, I filled a gym bag with $300,000 cash for this Bogo. And 10 days ago, he calls me, says Ross owes him another $350,000.
So you're thinking if we arrest this guy, then Ross won't have to pay him back?
I'm thinking I've got to do something or Ross will piss away her entire inheritance.
You got a number on this Bogo?
I've got his pager.
You think Bogo could have had something to do with your son's death?
I just don't know.
Hey,
DOAs are in the bedroom. Names Yvonne and Pablo Ruiz. It's their apartment.
who called it in?
Super.
I'll talk to him.
I don't got all day. I got 2 drains, 6 light bulbs, and a clogged toilet to deal with.
Hey, lady, we got 2 people dead in there.
Don't call me lady, all right, pal? I'm just saying, I got work to do.
Hey, well, I'm not on vacation here either. Now, you and me are gonna talk.
Shot in the back. Probably running for the door.
Yeah, powder burns around the left temple, stippling. It's definitely a contact wound. Bullet exited the head and went through the window. Figure a murder-suicide?
Looks like.
It's funny how they never do it standing up. Like, falling's the scary part. Maybe scrape a knee. My marriage to Marie was no walk in the park, but this is taking it too far.
Yvonne and her husband get along? You ever hear them fight?
Never had any complaints. She's a cute little thing. Smart, too. I don't know what she sees in him.
The officer said it was you found the bodies.
Got a call from Jill, lives in 6D. Works with Yvonne. She didn't show up today, but I take a look.
Where does she work?
Citywide courier. On the radio, sends people out. Dispatch.
And no one around here heard any shots.
Neighborhood like this? Unless you hear 4 or 5 shots, you just figure it's a junker backfiring.
Okay, Annie, thanks for your time.
After crime scene gets finished, get this computer to Taru. Have them check out the hard drive.
Look at this.
Yeah, the super said wife worked dispatch, a citywide courier.
Yeah, isn't it the same place where Harry Denby works?
Yeah, it's a big company, Greg.
So I hope you're inviting me back. It's a good sign.
Yeah, let's go back to last night, Ross.
My conversation with Nick.
Yeah. Actually, we're wondering about after your conversation with Nick. What'd you do then?
Me? I went back to sleep.
You see, Ross, that's another lie, because somebody drove your SUV into the city.
See, every time you pass the toll booth, the magnetic strip on your Easy Pass registers, whether you use it or not, you pass through the tunnel at 256.
Okay. After I talked to Nick, I couldn't get back to sleep. And I called my favorite escort service.
You saying you drove all the way into the city to see a hooker?
Hey, I've been married 6 years, detective. I work in the city. That's who I know to call.
You know a bookmaker named Bogo?
Jeez. How'd you guys get that one?
We talked to Bogo.
Your father-in-law's scared you're gonna piss away your wife's trust.
Listen, Ellie's spent enough herself, okay? She's the one who keeps going back to the old man for money.
How about the time you got arrested for copping drugs down on Avenue C?
I threw a disc playing hockey at Dartmouth. Surgery didn't help as much as the pain pills, but I'm clean 14 months, going to meetings, and coffee is my only remaining ingestible vice.
How about the gambling?
Bogo, right? Well, he must have told you I owe him more money.
You're a smart guy, Ross. You see how this looks, huh? You use up most of your wife's trust. You owe Bogo another wad that would just about clean you out. But if something should befall her crazy brother, she gets his share. Now, Nicholas calls you, guys are after him, you figure it's your chance, who's gonna know, so you kill him.
I'm thinking maybe I should get a lawyer.
You want a lawyer, that's up to you.
Your car downstairs, we already got a warrant to search that. It's getting impounded as we speak. Next, we search your house for the knife, for blood traces, for DNA.
It's up to you whether you want to explain to us what happened.
I went to see him. I mean, Nick. I thought, this is my shot. I could bring him home. I could be a hero to John. Meantime, yeah, I could work on him. He didn't want that money. It was just sitting there.
So you brought a knife?
Nick was talking about these guys coming to kill him. I figured I should have protection. I found him outside the diner. I said we could take his shopping cart in my truck, but he didn't want to come. No, he flipped out, just came at me. I have no doubt in my mind that he would have killed me. I had no choice. I was in fear for my life.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, why don't you write that one down, and we'll make a call to the DA. This guy in there thinks he's putting one over on us dumb cops with that story.
Try and relax, Danny.
I can't. I feel like I'm involved.
Yeah, I got that.
Are you saying you never tuned anyone up that you knew was guilty?
The point is, that's all it was. Not about getting out your frustrations, losing your head.
I don't think that's what I was doing.
Okay, then. As long as you know the difference.
I just said I didn't.
I'm writing it all down as plain as I can.
We got a little problem, Russ.
What kind of problem?
We just spoke with the DA who talked to the medical examiner. Seems like Nicholas's wounds aren't consistent to your story.
What do you mean?
He's got cuts all over his fingers, which the ME makes as defensive wounds. Plus, he's got 2 entry wounds in the back.
That don't match up too well with your claim of self-defense. I don't know if I want to go up against the jury with that. Not on a charge of murder 1.
You gotta help yourself here, Ross.
How?
Try the truth. You had pressing debts. You were getting threatened. You got a drug problem. You weren't in your right mind.
I have never done anything remotely like this before.
No, you'd probably never do nothing like it again.
I'll make a statement explaining how it was just some insane spur-of-the-moment thing.
That's probably your best tact.
Would you talk to my wife and her dad about getting me a lawyer?
Sure, we'll do that. I'll write the truth.
Yeah, a couple over on East 13th. Preliminary ME report tags it murder-suicide.
You have a problem with that?
Just the wife works dispatch at Citywide Courier, same as Harry Denby. I made a call. Denby's been moved to dispatch, same office as the DOA. Plus, Teru's checking her PC. Sent a printout of her email addresses.
Denby at citywidecourier.com. They're working together. That could explain it. They find any correspondence?
If there was, she must have deleted it. Teru's still working on it. Meantime, I left word for Denby.
Ross made a statement.
Ellen tells me you brought Ross back for more questions.
Mr. Gilbert, I'm Valerie Haywood with the DA's office. We just took a video statement from him.
Statement? What kind of statement?
Saying he killed your son.
Oh, my God.
I told Ross I'd ask you for him. He wanted help getting a lawyer.
Ross wants us to help him get a lawyer? He's gonna have to kill me next.
And that's your answer, Detective. Tell Ross he's on his own.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Daddy, I'm so sorry.
Thank you for all your help. Oh, Detective, Nicky kept a photo of the 2 of us. Did you see it among his things?
Considering Ross has already given a statement, I don't see how it could hurt.
15 squad.
If you can find it.
Detective Sorensen, phone.
Sorensen.
Is this the one?
Thank you.
You can't tell me on the phone? No. All right, I'll come meet you when? That was Denby. He's outside. He wants to see me alone.
That's probably off my leaving him 2 messages about this DOA he worked with at Citywide Courier.
Diane, I'm not moving in on your case. He asked to talk to me. You want me to see him or not?
That should be me he's talking to.
Then by all means, you go down and talk to him.
The DOA's name is Yvonne Ruiz. She and her husband look like a murder-suicide, but she's got Denby's email address in her computer.
Got it.
Thanks for meeting me.
Yeah, great. I wouldn't miss you.
Ooh, I detect a note of sarcasm.
It's cold out, Denby.
A coworker of mine died today, Yvonne Ruiz. I got a message from Detective Russell. I figured she caught the case.
So then you also figured you'd talk to me and not Detective Russell.
Yvonne Ruiz was a very attractive young woman. She came on to me. With my low self-esteem, I can't resist that.
So you had an affair, right? What did her husband think?
Yvonne completely misrepresented her domestic situation. When I found out she was married, I broke it off, but her husband found out.
She told you that?
He came to see me. He threatened if I ever laid hands on Yvonne again, he'd, what was it? Slice my balls off. Very dramatic. Though in hindsight, I guess he did have a violent streak.
Being how he killed her.
Yeah.
I still don't get how come you're talking to me if this is Detective Russell's case.
Come on, Danny. A murder-suicide. Me coming forth to admit a romantic entanglement. Considering my past with Diane, it could get messy.
What's with these veiled comments you're always making, Denby, huh? Why don't you come out and just say what you mean?
She's your girl now. I can't reveal to you any of her mysteries or talents that you haven't already discovered yourself. Though I must admit, with a gorgeous woman like Diane, I am tempted to compare notes.
I'm not.
Perhaps some other time.
What did he have to say?
He was banging the DOA.
That's it?
You mean other than reminiscing back when you and him used to play bouncy-bouncy?
Oh, and you believe that?
Whatever, Diane. Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't.
None of my business.
You know what, Danny? Grow up. It's an insult, Danny. You really think I'd sleep with someone like Denby?
I don't know, Diane. All I kept hearing about is how you were still hung up on Bobby.
And you think that was all crap?
I don't know what I think.
You're being such an asshole, Danny.
I'm an asshole.
I'm sorry things didn't work out with us. Doesn't give you a license to act like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and whatever troubles you've had's no excuse for you acting any way you want now.
I don't owe you an explanation.
Good, because I'm not listening.
Boxing gym over on 3rd. The Lido. How about we go down there? You can take it out in a heavy bag. I'll yell at you to keep your left up.
Nah, I'm good right here.
You're heading for trouble. The only question is how deep a hole you're going to dig, and if it's going to end up being one that you can't get back out of.
Andy, you gotta let me ride this out on my own. You may not like it, but that's the way it is.
I can do that.
Then it looks like we got a deal.
Well, you know who to go to if you need anything.
Thanks.
I'm glad he warned me.
Well, what?
About cops. Or does that term not apply to you because you're a detective?
Well, cops is fine. What'd he warn you about?
That you only really open up to other cops.
I've been a little quiet.
A little, which is fine. But I want you to know you can share anything with me if you feel like it.
My partner, he was seeing somebody. They broke it off, and he's not doing too good about it. The danger with that on this job is that if you want, you can...
Take it out on somebody.
That's right. 20 years ago, what happened in a room stayed there.
Now you're in the news.
And off the job. I'm sorry I've been preoccupied.
It's okay. Do you have time to come up for a little while?
I got a babysitter who's waiting.
Go home.
I had a great night, though.
So did I.